Happening this morning, people will be running across the city in honor of South Bend's 150th celebration. But it's starting at the airport, and that's where we're finding WSBT-22's Suzanne Spencer this morning. Good morning, Suzanne. What's going on there right now?
Good morning, Kristen. We are a few short hours away from kicking off the South Bend 150 Torch Run. I'm joined here by the torch designer, Sal Moya. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about how all of this started. I know you said you've kind of had a few phases going through the design process.
Yeah, so I was asked by a good friend of mine, Aaron Perry, to design the torch. It went through a few phases where I had different elements that were on the torch, but I felt it detracted from it, and I didn't want to create a design that detracted from the torch and the meaning itself. So I went with something that was simple, elegant, and bold, and this is what the design is. So we have a portion of the cityscape, also the emblem of the SB150. These more organic and abstract shapes I actually took from elements of the river itself and incorporated them in the design.
Looks pretty cool.
Thank you.
So you said that over the time, you had these different sorts of designs. What were some of those main ideas you really wanted to incorporate within there?
Again, I just wanted to keep it simple and bold, not take away from the torch itself and the meaning, because the meaning is so important and what the torch represents for the city. So I just wanted to bring the emphasis to the runner and the actual aesthetic of it instead of taking and distracting from the actual torch.
Absolutely. Anything else you just think is important, unique about this torch compared to other ones? I'm sure you had to do some research before going and designing this one in terms of, what works best.
Absolutely. What was more interesting about what I took in my approach on this one was tying in South Bend itself, pulling in elements of who we are and what we are as a community, and that's where I drew my inspiration. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what were some of those elements? You said obviously the logo.
The cityscape, and then these abstract shapes are actually parts of the river that I then turned into smaller portions and then created the abstract elements on the side there.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's light this thing up and see how it does.
You got it.
All right, let's see how we go here. We did one practice run. There we go. Easy enough, right? So then the runners will be taking off shortly behind us here just in a couple hours, and they'll continue on through the city. There's 20 different spots where these runners are going to be going today and tomorrow.
That's right. Yep.
All right, well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, well, again, the run kicks off in shortly, under 2 hours here from the South Bend International Airport. Kristen, we'll throw it back to you guys in the studio.
Awesome. Thanks, Suzanne.